Before we get into the list, one thing needs to be clear. Longevity is not about what a vehicle can do. It's about what it refuses to do. The SUVs that last the longest aren't the strongest, fastest, or smartest. They're the ones that say no to unnecessary stress. Every vehicle on this list earned its place the same way, by surviving real ownership long after excitement fades. All data referenced aligns with long-term ownership patterns tracked by Consumer Reports, independent fleet records, and mechanic-reported failure trends. Let's slow this down and do it properly. Number 5. Mazda CX-5, the SUV that ages like a well-built tool. Most SUVs feel solid when they're new. Very few feel solid at 120,000 miles. That's where the CX-5 separates itself. Mazda didn't design this SUV around horsepower numbers or towing claims. They designed it around chassis balance, how forces move through the vehicle over time. That matters more than buyers realize. Why it lasts. Mazda's naturally aspirated engines avoid extreme cylinder pressure. That means less heat stress, less oil breakdown, less wear on piston rings. The transmission logic is conservative. It doesn't constantly hunt gears. It doesn't slam shifts to feel sporty. Over tens of thousands of miles, that restraint preserves internal components. Suspension geometry is simple and rigid. Control arms, bushings, and mounts last longer because they aren't compensating for oversized wheels or fake off-road posturing. Real ownership reality Consumer Reports. Data shows low electrical complaint rates, minimal drivetrain failures, strong owner satisfaction even past 5 to 7 years. Interior materials don't crack easily. Switchgear still works. The vehicle doesn't feel used up early. The trade-off. It's not fast. It doesn't tow much. It won't impress anyone at a stoplight. But regret is almost non-existent among CX-5 owners. And in long-term data, regret is often the first warning sign of hidden problems. Number 4. Toyota Highlander V6 era. Reliability before Toyota. Got ambitious. Toyota's reliability reputation wasn't built by innovation. It was built by refusal to rush. The V6 Highlander represents Toyota at its most cautious and most effective. Engineering philosophy. The naturally aspirated V6 was never pushed near its limits. Power delivery was smooth, predictable, and intentionally unremarkable. Cooling systems were overbuilt. Transmission programming prioritized smoothness over speed. Engine mounts absorb vibration instead of transferring it. That matters after 150,000 miles. Long-term data reality Consumer Reports shows these Highlanders maintaining stable engine performance with age lower than average transmission complaints. Fewer unexpected failures compared to newer turbo competitors. Fleet managers love them for one reason. They didn't surprise anyone. Why newer isn't better. Modern turbocharged and hybrid variants are efficient, but complexity compounds over time. More sensors, more software, more thermal stress. The older Highlander avoids all of that. It doesn't win spec sheets. It wins calendars. Number 3. Lexus GX, overbuilt in a world of optimization. The GX feels old because it is old. That's exactly why it lasts. Body on frame matters, unibody SUVs flex. Over time, that flex causes stress fractures, alignment drift, and interior noise. The GX doesn't flex. Its body on frame construction isolates stress, letting components age predictably instead of unpredictably. That's gold for longevity. Drivetrain reality. Older naturally aspirated engines in the GX are under-stressed, heat-tolerant, mechanically simple. Consumer Reports reliability data consistently places the GX above average despite its age and fuel consumption. Ownership experience. GX owners don't talk about infotainment glitches, turbo failures, electrical gremlins. They talk about fuel costs, and that's it. Silence is the best review of vehicle. Number 2, Toyota Land Cruiser, legacy models, built for places where failure isn't an option. The Land Cruiser wasn't designed for American suburbs. It was designed for environments where breakdowns mean real consequences. That philosophy never changed. Engineering for survival engines are detuned. Frames are overbuilt. Cooling systems are redundant. Everything is heavier than it needs to be, on purpose. Consumer Reports' long-term data consistently shows Land Cruisers exceeding mileage expectations with fewer catastrophic failures than most luxury SUVs. Why it lasts decades. Nothing is optimized for efficiency. Everything is optimized for tolerance. And tolerance is what carries vehicles past 300,000 miles. The cost fuel economy is poor. Technology is dated. Price is high. But depreciation is slow because the vehicle simply refuses to die. Number 1. Toyota 4Runner longevity through stubbornness. The 4Runner is the most honest SUV on the road. It makes no promises it can't keep. Why it refused to evolve. While competitors chased turbo efficiency, multi-gear transmissions, complex electronics, Toyota kept a naturally aspirated V6 A5-speed transmission, minimal software dependency. Consumer Reports calls it outdated. Mechanics call it predictable. Real-world longevity. The 4Runner doesn't excel at anything. It simply doesn't fail often. And failure frequency matters more than peak performance. Owners routinely pass 200,000 miles, 250,000 miles, 300,000 miles. Not because it's special, because it's cautious. Final truth. This is the part people hate. The SUVs that last forever all share one trait. They disappoint on paper. No hype, no drama, no innovation for innovation's sake. Consumer Reports doesn't reward excitement, it rewards survival. So ask yourself this before buying your next SUV. Are you buying for the version of life you imagine, or the one you actually live? Drop your honest answer below. I read every comment, and the next video SUV mechanics refuse to own is already waiting.